Our biggest sale of the year is happening right now during the Season of Inspiration at Team Mazda. Now's your chance to get 0% financing for 60 months on a new Mazda CX-5 and make no payments for 90 days. Get savings on top of savings right now at Baton Rouge's Mazda dealer, Team Mazda on Airline.
That would be concerning and maybe set a precedent moving forward.
If you have plans to be outside, you might hit a couple of these little passing showers.
A drug bust and a few arrests made. Look at what they hauled in here.
Good morning. Happy Tuesday morning, the day after Christmas. Thanks for coming back and joining us here for 9 News Now. We hope your Tuesday morning is off to a good start after a long holiday weekend, and we also hope you got everything you wanted for Christmas. Starting out here, this is what we want, a comfortably cool start in the world of weather. We've been looking at Sky 9 all day here. A look from Port Allen into Baton Rouge, and you can see it is a blue start. Kind of similar to how we started out on Christmas Day. And as we check in with Dr. Steve Caparata, are we in for kind of another blue-gray day ahead today, too?
Yeah, Liz, it looks like maybe a couple more of those ahead, so get used to the cloud cover, kind of winter gloom around the area, but at least we are dry outside this morning. Most of us in the low to mid 40s, but some upper 30s on the board. New Roads 39, Opelousas right now 38 degrees, Baton Rouge checking in at 43. There's that Sky 9 shot once again. That view brought to you by Our Lady of the Lake. High clouds overhead. We'll see plenty of those through the day. Probably right on into tomorrow as well. So for today, we'll keep it kind of cool, mid 50s at noon, highs in the low 60s. Now, normal high today, 63. So we're going to be very close to that. But with the clouds around, probably going to want that sweater or jacket for a good chunk of the day. Here's a look at it on Futurecast. You'll see those clouds continuing to stream in from the southwest. That's noon. We'll pause again here at 4 o'clock and right on into this evening and tonight. Mostly cloudy skies continue. Once we get beyond midnight especially, there is a slim rain chance. We could get a few light showers or maybe a few sprinkles if you get anything. Unlikely to amount to much at all. So that's around daybreak tomorrow morning, 6 a.m. Whatever does develop will quickly exit. And during the day tomorrow should be mainly dry, but the clouds still tough to shake. May not really start to move out until tomorrow night as we start to get some drier air filtering in from the north. So there you can see all those high clouds streaming in from the southwest. Just no signs of those breaking over the next couple of days, at least not much. Big storm system spinning over the plains this morning, finally producing some snow in the northern plains and upper Midwest. But on the backside of that storm system, we'll see a surge of some cooler air moving down later on this week. Now, the other thing we're tracking is New Year's. We jump ahead to midnight, moving into 2024. The European dry at that point in time, but does show some showers developing overnight into your New Year's morning, and then by lunchtime on New Year's Day starting to show them moving off to the east, so we'll keep an eye on that. But for right now, at least, we're going to keep it mainly dry for Sunday night. It will be cool, so plan on that. Mid-50s at 6 o'clock. We fall into the upper 40s as the night wears on. So again, we'll keep an eye on forecast trends because at times, at least the European models hinted at a shower or two moving in as we ring in the new year, but right now we've got it mainly dry. The other story here is it gets rather chilly late this week. Thursday and Friday, highs only low to mid-50s. Light freeze is possible Friday and Saturday mornings. Once we get beyond New Year's, looks like cool weather continues into early next week. Time now 7:06. Not how you like to start the morning after Christmas, but Johnny, we've got some trouble on the bridge, right?
Not paying attention, going a little fast, weaving in and out. Possibly we have a little crash on the bridge, unfortunately blocking all lanes of traffic coming from Port Allen. So there it is, bumper to bumper traffic not moving. There it is right there. The very top of the bridge, we have that wreck blocking the eastbound lanes of I-10 on the bridge. That also backs up LA1 northbound right here at the entrance to the Mississippi River Bridge. And you can see traffic on I-10, not back to LA415, but definitely before LA1 as it's just completely still. Let's take our sky cam. A little windy this morning, so the sky cam's a little bit bouncy, as are some of the DOTD traffic watch cameras. But if we kind of zoom in on that area, you can definitely see that now, just now, this second, they're starting to let that far left lane go through there. So hopefully that backup on the other side of the bridge won't be too much longer, but it definitely is cause for you to kind of slow down and take cause for watching carefully here. Again, No alternate route necessary just yet. I'll keep a close eye on it. It's not back to LA 415 certainly, but only one, and I-10 eastbound coming from the other side of the river into Baton Rouge. Only one lane open right now. All right, Matt's taking a much-deserved day off today. Liz Coe is in Studio B giving us a little heads up on what they're watching today in WAFB's 9 News media room, and also what you might have missed this morning on 9 News this morning. Liz, good job solo this morning.
Well, we miss Matt, Johnny. We certainly do. We promise he will be back to join us tomorrow for today's headlines. But as Johnny mentioned, we do want to let you know something we're keeping our eyes on. An early morning house fire that we actually heard kind of happening right between 3:30 this morning. Baton Rouge Fire confirming that firefighters were sent out to a fire. It's happened on Morganzer Avenue, not far from Scenic Highway and Woodcock Street. So to kind of place you, it really isn't far from Scenic Highway. So that's the cross here. And then this is Morganzer Avenue and Woodcock Street. And we're told that it happened at a home right there, kind of at that corner, that cross. Now, we're told one person was living there at the time, but the house is going through some renovations. Thankfully, that person was not home at the time. Firefighters were able to quickly put that fire out. We're told that investigators were on their way to the scene to figure out what may have caused this. But again, the good news here, no firefighters injured, no person living there was injured. Still working to figure out what may have started all of that. We also want to let you know how to Grinch-proof your Christmas gifts. Now that you've opened all those gifts and you're spending the rest of the week kind of enjoying it, maybe figuring it out, as you start cleaning up the mess behind it, the wrapping paper, the boxes, all of the things, well, what do you do with some of that stuff? The last couple of days we've been talking about some of that wrapping paper that might not be recycled. If that recycling paper or if that wrapping paper has any glittery items on it, or maybe it's got some gloss, that kind of stuff cannot be recycled. So please keep that in mind. But if you are unwrapping some of those boxes, we'll go ahead and compress them, break those down, and try to fold them over and tuck them into big garbage bags. Livingston Parish Sheriff's Office says that that's going to reduce, hopefully, somebody from breaking in and seeing that you have all these boxes in. So if you can, break them down and put them in those large garbage bags. Also, if you got maybe some tech or some product that includes a serial number, warranty information, or registration number, make and model number, you want to go ahead and jot all that down before you tear down that box and put that away. So keep that in mind to keep that in a special place in case your item gets stolen. You're going to want to have a record of all of that information, and typically it's on the outside of those boxes. Also, don't advertise on social media what you got for Christmas, because that gives an invitation for scammers to realize, oh, they got an Xbox, oh, they got a new laptop, or they got all these things. So keep that private, keep that to yourself, and enjoy those new gifts. As you think about what to do with that tree, I know it's the day after Christmas. There are some people who like to get rid of that and start clean as we make our way into the new year, but you don't have to throw away your tree in a landfill. BRAC is offering Christmas tree recycling events at 6 of their parks within East Baton Rouge Parish. So you can do this and be a part of this program as long as you remove all of the decorations and tree lights and those tree stands. You also have to drop them off at designated spots within those BRAC parks, and there are at least 6 of those locations. So if you go to this story, we have those instructions for you, what you can do with it. 6 different parks: Liberty Lagoon Water Park, the Highland Road Community Park, the East Bottom side. We've got 6 different areas, and again, there's going to be those designated marking spots. So don't just go there and dump your tree at the opening or the entrance of the park, because that's not how you should do it. All the details waiting for you in this web story. Keep in mind, you, the community, you helped Companion Animal Alliance make sure that those pets have a safe place to stay as they kick off that planned power outage today and tomorrow. If you have one of those emergency foster pets in your care, you can schedule an appointment to drop that pet off starting this Friday, but you need to make an appointment. Keep in mind, they're not taking phone calls because, duh, the power's down. So you can send them an email. At the bottom of this story, you'll see the Companion Animal Alliance logo. You'll find a link to the shelter's website to schedule those appointments, and you need to do that. Again, drop-off starts this Friday, so please keep that in mind as you enjoy these next couple of days with that foster pet, giving them a lot of love. Just keep that in mind. Make that appointment that's on your mind right now while we're talking about animals. There's going to be a brand new, incredible exhibit for animals over at the BRAC Baton Rouge Zoo. They shared this update on social media. This is the construction that's happening there. So the new entrance to the zoo is actually going to be through the Greenwood Community Park. And if you've been up that way, that green space that they have is already beautiful. They're tying that into the Baton Rouge Zoo. So now as you make your way through, it's going to be one big entrance. And as you see that, does this kind of look familiar to you? Yeah. Breck says they're reportedly taking some hints from Jurassic Park, Jurassic World movies, making it look all-inclusive, fun, featuring for animals. It's going to be incredible when it opens, so that construction is well underway. We'll see when they're getting ready to open to the public, but it is cool to see what is in store for our Baton Rouge Zoo. I can't wait. If you didn't get what you wanted for Christmas, well, get a Powerball ticket today. Last night's drawing did not end up in having a winner, so that jackpot is growing now to $685 million. The next drawing is going to be Wednesday night, so you could be the lucky winner who draws that magic Powerball ticket. Then we'll see that billboard on the side of that interstate drop down, you know, to a few measly $1 million. But this is big money, $685 million. Either way, it's all big money. Just remember to get your ticket so you can get those Christmas gifts that you wanted to get but maybe didn't. Yeah, it could be a result of that magic Powerball ticket. Keep in mind, LSU is getting ready for the ReliaQuest Bowl game. They're facing the Wisconsin Badgers there on New Year's Day in Tampa. So, you know what keeps them going? The LSU equipment team. They make sure that the team is decked out. They've got all of their equipment, from the gloves to the gear to the hat, the uniform, every single item that they need. They go through meticulous checklist to make sure they have every single item for every single player. Now, John Eads did an incredible story kind of following the team as they prepare, and you have the assistant AD of the equipment saying, look, for bowl games, the entire staff go, and we're talking probably about 100+ people making their way to Tampa. So we cannot wait to see them decked out in that fly LSU gear, making sure that brand is on point. And guys, it's hard to believe, New Year's Day, that's going to be next Monday. So less than a week from now, we're entering 2024. We have a bowl game to watch. There's just so much going on.
Yeah, and I think, correct me if I'm wrong, Liz, I think Jacques was heading over there towards Tampa today. So he's going to have multiple days of coverage leading up to the bowl. So good times. Football season kind of winding down, but no shortage of drama when you talk about, you know, Jaden Daniels win the Heisman. Now you're losing your offensive coordinator, so lots to track.
Lots indeed, and you are correct. Jacques and our team will have full coverage of the bowl game. It's going to be good. Hoping for a final 10-win season. Fingers crossed, and then we roll on into the next one. Stay with us. We'll see you in 10 minutes.
Celebrate this holiday season with the gift of a new Honda during Happy Honda Days at Team Honda. And now you can make no payments for 90 days on our biggest selection of Hondas this year, making this the happiest time of the year. Come save now at Louisiana's #1 Honda dealer, Team Honda.